I am back, baby. I'm back in my office. This is great. I got my normal computer, my normal setup. This is wonderful. So the stock that's been talked about a lot in the BidN'Ask Nation is NVIDIA, and for good reason. We're starting to see that uptrend that we really like to see. It was brought to me by several people. So big chip stock, graphic card stock. I think they make the graphic cards for Range Rovers. I mean, I know that because I drive one, but I know they're in a lot of other cars. I think they're in BMW. I'm sure they're big in the gaming. I mean, I know they're big in the gaming world. So they're everywhere. And when I pull up the chart, you're gonna see this climb that they've had since March of last year, which is truly incredible. First thing that I wanna look at is what news we have, because of course we're going into earnings season. I want to make sure that we're not in a stock to get burned by earnings. We do have what to expect from NVIDIA's Analyst Day on Monday, so the 12th. I don't know what this is. I didn't read into it. Maybe the analysts are going to give their upgrades, downgrades, etc. I'm not seeing any news that's really spiking this thing, but they do move on news. If you are invested in NVIDIA, just be aware of announcements of new products, etc., and we'll move on from there. Let's look at it from a long-term perspective. Of course, we look at my long-term chart first and always, and I'm just looking, I want to show you guys this climb. So this was on March 23rd of last year, below 200 bucks. Let's actually figure out what it was. It was $180.68. Today, almost just a little over a year later, $576. You want to talk about power stock? This is a very tight cluster moving up, very tight clustered power stock. Let me zoom out here just to see. And you can correlate that with it being over all of the major moving averages for almost the entire time, with the exception of literally 2 days. I see one day here and 1 day here in that power stock, and it was just touching the 25-day moving average. When I tell you guys to look for power stocks, it's a stock that's why I like getting these ones that come off the bottom so much. It comes off the bottom, crosses through 32%, red line over yellow, and then it goes and it gets over into this overbought area above 80%, and it just goes sideways on us. And you know, when I say that the red line, for example, when the red line crosses under yellow, but you're above 80%, the trend is not changing. You're not in a downtrend. You're not in a downtrend until that red line is under yellow and it crosses below 80%. That's why when we're playing up here, I just say use stops. It's not that I want you to exit the position, because you're still in a positive trend. It's just going against you a little bit. But you can see over this 3-month time frame, the stock price the stochastic just went sideways, but the stock price just kept climbing and climbing. This was your initial run up through 32%. This is where it went to. So you had this little area right here. That was your initial buy, going through the sweet spot, getting into that overbought area. And then you had all of this as your going sideways over 80%. So this is why we don't exit the position. This is why we play with stops. You do see there's a little bit more volatility here. You see the price drops that are happening in there when it's over 80% that you didn't necessarily see totally down here. It's just something to be aware of. And I know I drew a lot on here, but it's just something to be aware of. So right now, we're just going sideways. I mean, we're consolidating between basically, call it $590 and $490. That's a big swing. Of course, it's an expensive stock, but the stock price is just moving in this area, within this $100 area. What brought it to the attention of the BidN'Ask Nation? We liked that we had that little reversal here. The trapdoor closed, and we started moving through 32%, over 32% very nicely, red over yellow. And what's even better is this red line and yellow line are separating from each other even further than they were before. So the bigger the separation, the better your trade is looking. If you wanted to do something on this and you're not in it yet, you're good. You're not too late. Just get one good green engulfing candlestick and go for it. So if you get that on Monday, if you get that on the April 12th, go for it. Add to it. Your overall of your major moving averages over here, it's fantastic. Everything's looking good. If you're in the BidN'Ask Nation and you are in this, good trade, keep going with it. You just need another engulfing candlestick to go ahead and add. There will be a lot of resistance up here at the all-time high, just under $620. Let's just see what the high is. All-time high on NVIDIA is intraday, $614.90. You're going to face resistance. To get through that, you're going to need news. You're going to need something. You're going to need volume is what it comes down to push yourself through that area and break through. Let's see if we get it, but looking good so far. So let's go over to a daily chart and see what we got. Of course, we had that great run, the power stock that I was telling you about. Now, if you want to swing trade this, and this is my daily chart, and we're swing trading. It's really nice that your major moving average is pretty consistent volume for the past 10 days or so. I'm really looking at the same thing over here. You want a green engulfing candlestick Monday or Tuesday. You're gonna face resistance going to 586.64. No big deal. It's really not a big deal. The big resistance point that I think you need to focus on is 614.90. That's what it's gonna be. If you can get some, I mean, you've had a great run up here, great trend moving up. Let's zoom in a little bit more just so we can really focus on what's happened in the last month or so. We came up through the sweet spot, and you can see that the stochastic is just going sideways on us. We've had a nice run up over all of our major moving averages. Just get that engulfing candlestick and you should be fine. This looks like a great trade from a swing trading perspective as well. 15-minute chart. So this is an expensive stock, price-wise, of course. $575 a share. The amount of capital that you need to put up to be able to make some kind of return on this is substantial. So yes, I do find that NVIDIA is a good stock to trade on a 15-minute chart because it has that quote-unquote volatility to it. Let's actually go, I want to see what the beta is on, the beta is 1.38. So if the market moves one time, the NVIDIA moves 1.38 times. And I actually think that's I thought that's a pretty low number for what I expected. But that just means that you move a little bit faster than the market. What I'm looking at right now is the number between, the stochastic between 20 and 80. And the trend spends a lot of time in this area. Even going back here, the trend spends a lot of time in this area. To be honest with you guys, I take back my first comment about this being a good day trading stock. I'm actually quite shocked that it's not. Because remember, when we are day trading, we need to go long over 80% and to go short under 20% consistently. And we don't have that with NVIDIA. Let me just keep zooming out. I want to see a couple of days. Even in here, no, the stochastic spends a lot of time there. Okay, this day we did have it. Remember, if we want to go long term on a 15-minute trade, we have to be over 80% with our stochastic, just going sideways in that area. We want to be going sideways with our stochastic, over 80%, and we want nice engulfing candlesticks just to keep adding to our position, like this. Now, remember, as soon as that thing drops through 80%, go ahead and exit your position, take your profits, move on. But, I mean, NVIDIA, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days right here, and I would say that a day trade on NVIDIA would be possible for 1 out of those 5 days, maybe a little bit up here, but not really. 1 out of those 5 days. And guys, when I'm saying that 80% number, I'm talking about this right here, this percent K. That number is your stochastic trend line that needs to be between 80 and 100 to go long. So maybe NVIDIA is not the best stock to day trade. A, it's expensive. B, it doesn't have a lot of movement. So let's do a quick recap of how we can go about this. And let's see. So long term on NVIDIA, all you want is you have a great trend moving up, get a green engulfing candlestick like so, go ahead and add to it. Just know you'll face resistance at about $615 a share, but you should be okay. On a swing trade, I still like it. I like that we're overall major moving averages. It has some room to run if we get some engulfing candlesticks. Little resistance at 586.64, no big deal. You will face resistance at about $615 a share again. But I really like the volume that we've been getting for the last week or so. 15-minute chart. Guys, the biggest takeaway from this one, I think, is just remember what I said. You got to be over 80% to go long on a 15-minute trade. As long as your trend line is bouncing around up in there, you're fine. As soon as it bops below, exit the position, move on. Coupled with this trend, you want decent volume and nice engulfing candlesticks like these. So that's it for this. That's NVIDIA. Doesn't look like it's too bad. I think you guys can go and trade this from a swing trading perspective and a long term, and it's not too late to get in long term. Just make sure you get a good engulfing candlestick. That's it for this one. Join the BidN'Ask Nation.
Thanks so much for watching the video. We hope you were intrigued. If this style of investing speaks to you, click the link below to join our Patreon. As a patron, you get access to a wonderful community of like-minded investors where you can chat, connect, ask questions, and share ideas with badasses like you all over the world. The best part is you get the amazing Everything Money software. This is revolutionary, unlike any YouTube page. You can track your investments, look at stocks, and quickly run our 8-pillar analysis on any company you like. The top tier patrons get direct access to Paul and Trader Mo. You'll see their daily trades, their updated portfolios, and every options contract they write on a daily basis. We provide Patreon exclusive videos just for you, including live streams and exclusive content from our team. Our bottom patron tiers fill fast, so join today. But hey, if you don't believe me, look at all of our patrons' amazing success stories. In comparison to other financial platforms, our software is by far the best value. This is your chance to get serious about investing. If you're finally ready to level up your investing game, join our Patreon and let's start kicking ass together.